Hi Pam, can you hear us okay?
I could hear you fine.
Perfect.
Oh, it's still connecting. Just flip out.
Hey, I'll check you and see if it's up.
It looks like it's just my laptop. Looks like it's just the
It didn't
laptop.
hook up to the Apple?
Yeah, we're live.
Can you hear us though?
Doc.
Can you hear us?
No, there it goes, just the delay. We're good.
Okay,
We're good to go.
call this meeting to order. Thank you. I'll have everybody recorded who's here. Does anybody have a disclosure of pecuniary interest for this meeting? Not seeing anything. Have somebody move the approval of the agenda as presented. Irma and Anwar, all in favor? Can't see Pam now.
Oh.
I'm in favor as well.
Thank you. And somebody move the adoption of the minutes from March 13th, 26th meeting.
I will.
So
Okay.
Pam, thank you. All in favor? Carried. New business. Alex, you're,
Yeah, so I just wanted to give a brief update here on the environmental strategy. So the students that were working on the document, they have completed their draft on their final version of what they have done. There's still some items we're still kind of reviewing it on our side and just going to go through and just do a bit more enhancement. They could only take it so far just because they had a very compressed timeline there. So we worked with them as much as we could to kind of just get everything as just kind of just get a lot of the items kind of defined as much as we could and just really kind of just compress it into something that we felt to be a good document, but we still think there's a fair bit of just additional work and enhancement we need to do on our side. So we've got that, we're reviewing it. Once we have some just additional enhancements done there, we'll send it out to everyone to review, and then we'll likely bring it to the next committee meeting for more discussion and just kind of go in the following steps there. So after that point, we'll get some feedback for everyone on the committee, probably discuss it at the committee meeting. From there, we'll likely then go to council and get direction to get some public feedback on it and just kind of go through those steps. So it's still some time to go and get the document in place and approved, but we're making some progress on it. And it definitely, because of those students, we're very happy with all the help they gave us there on that to get things going and moving forward. So we are a lot further ahead than we had planned on being with it initially. Because we initially had talked about this being a multi-year project, and they really helped just and really speed that along.
any questions? Go ahead, Anwar.
Oh, so the target is then maybe in September, go review the recommendations.
I would say that's what we'll likely do as a committee is sit down and review them. I think what we will do is like between Becky and Dave and I, we're going to review the document, put a bit more work into it. And then from there, yeah, we will send it to everyone just to review and get some feedback just back and forth through email. And then as a committee, then we can sit down and just walk through the recommendations. And if there's anything else we want to see changed, added, removed, enhanced, we can talk about it then too. But just want to make sure everyone has some time to look at it. So that way we're not sending it a few weeks before our meeting. I ideally want to give everyone a bit of time just to sit with it and just get some chance to really get some good feedback from everyone in the committee on it.
So the council will look at it maybe end of the year.
Likely, yeah, that would likely be around the timing.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Getting to the strategy update? Seeing none. Expression of interest, community-led tree planting program.
Right, so I think Becky has shared this over everyone. I have a copy here if anyone wants to take a look. So we have posted this expression of interest out. Essentially, we are looking for a community group that can undertake a whole tree planting program within the municipality. We're not looking for something really individual at this time. We'll see how these expressive interests come back, and then we'll go from there. But essentially, it's out right now. Please, if you know anyone or know any groups, please feel free to share this because we are hoping to get some proposals or some groups that are really interested and come back and see where that goes. So right now, the closing date is June 19th. Everything's kind of spelled out in here. Any questions, I think come to me if you have any questions or any groups have any questions, I can speak with them and give some more information. And then the whole kind of intention behind this, I know we've talked about it a bit already, is that, we have a group that's gonna hopefully undertake some tree planting initiatives. Then we as a municipality can hopefully support through council's approval, obviously, and as part of like grant funding or anything else too. There are a fair bit of tree grants, I think, that are more recently, we've noticed a few that are posted and out there. Some of them have later closing dates in the fall, so this lines up good that if we can get a group that is interested, we can work with them on some grant applications for some funding for tree planting and everything as well. So like I said, it's been posted, closed on June 19th. When we get more information back, we can share with everyone how that goes from there, what the results were of that.
But if individuals come forward, you're happy to take them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like right now, we just want to see what the interest is from the groups, and then we'll know kind of what we can build from there. If it's a large group or a large, like a independent committee or something else that's looking to do something, that's great. If there's individuals, we can, like I said, we'll see what it looks like, and then once we know what the interest is, then we can kind of figure out what options we have to be able to put something together here.
I was thinking farmers, build a windbreak in the
Yes.
future,
Yeah.
it's things. I did a double row like 45 years ago, and those Norway spruce are huge trees today, and it's helped a lot on my one farm because it's all light soil. And the habitat of
Nice.
the animals and the birds that are habitating in the area is increased too. Part of that windbreak was built, like my dad was about that big, my dad planted 3 rows, but those trees are getting pretty tall. But if,
Yeah.
but if you don't encourage it. And now with the larger farmers. Fields are bigger.
Yeah.
There's no fence lines.
There's no fence lines.
And the water and the wind.
There
Those
was
farms.
whipping the other day. I don't know where I was driving. I was just whipping right across the road and I thought there goes all that.
Well, I went down to Hayter's turkey farm on it was a Monday or Tuesday. As I pulled in, I looked across the field to the north. What is coming across that field?
Yeah,
And it
exactly.
had to be 100 feet wide and just swirling
Yeah,
and blew right through, like unreal. I've
Yeah.
never seen
yeah,
sand blow.
Yeah.
Like I've seen sand blow, but this was like a downburst.
yeah. That's what I was seeing too.
Yeah.
And you don't normally see it though.
No.
It was like textbook, like if you, I should have stopped and taken video.
Into the shop and I said to the young guy, come out here and take a look at this. And just, wow. And it blew right through the
Mhm.
buildings and everything, like just. You usually see a wind burst like that in early May, just when the corn's about that high and it just. Cuts it off, but, not some lack of trees and fence lines and stuff to slow this down, so.
What did you plant? What kind of trees?
Norway spruce,
Oh, Norway.
they were seedlings
Okay.
and we
I
planted them
think
double.
Pam has something.
Pardon
I
me?
think Pam has something
Okay.
she would like to say.
Go ahead, Pam.
Yeah, excuse me if I sound nasal. I just wanted to say that specifically for farmers, there are grants with the 2 different programs specifically for farmers who want to plant windbreaks. And I can send that information to the committee if they want to see it. I've noticed with a lot of the older people retiring, it seems like the first thing, particularly along Highway 4, the first thing that the young guys do is cut down every tree on the place.
Exactly.
And I've been saying to people, don't they remember like the Dust Bowl and just exactly what you guys are talking about? When you see those dust devils now, they're huge. That was all.
Oh, thank you for that, Pam, and you mentioned Highway 4, the trees that are planted, and also, the time I've been on council, when we do severances, I always like to see a rectangle severance and encourage the people to plant trees around the perimeter.
Mhm.
Idea.
And number 4, airport line, there's numerous properties there that have that tree perimeter built around them. And always encourage that. It makes the property more valuable down the road. Yeah, go ahead, Edwin.
Yeah, to Pam's point and your point, Mr. Chair. So, I was reading through the, official plan I was quite impressed that actually the tree cover, it says, has increased from 6.5 to 17.7 over the last 13 years. So that's good news. But it does seem like it's a daunting task to make progress on the percentage of the cover, and the 80s, I think it's 89% of the land is currently under agriculture class 1, 2, and 3. I'm not sure what the classifications are. But that seems like we got a challenge because we're so agriculturally dependent.
Yep.
And if there is places that we can put the trees in, that would be great. I was just doing some rough numbers to even plant 10,000 trees, you'd need about 250 volunteers. So now we did have the Bayfield River Valley Trail Association. Not sure if there's how active they are, but they were involved. You're on that one?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah, we did. We just planted 150 trees and bushes on the flats.
you did.
Yeah, and I understand that there's a replacement project with the municipality on some of those, on what's happening at the Varna trails.
And what kind of membership do you have? Is there growing? Are the membership
Like the
growing?
membership on the Trails Association?
Yes,
It's, I don't have the numbers, it's 150, 140.
okay.
But we and very active, very active trailblazers. So they're always doing if you need some work done there.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, that's
yeah,
great to know.
it's a very active group. Yeah.
That was that's good info. Yeah, that was about, I had a few other things, but that was the main point that I wanted to mention. Oh, one other thing. So according to the Ontario government, or the conservation authorities in Ontario, 10 to 20% coverage of the land with trees is a fair evaluation. To be in the good category, you'd have to have 20 to 30%. That's a challenge. We got a ways to go. Might take years, but since back in the old days, over 100 years ago, I guess we had removed almost all of the forest or logging.
Yep.
So it's amazing progress, and I think this brings more awareness. And I think that'll go a long way to continue this progress. But it is a daunting challenge sometimes, it seems like.
I just got it.
Okay.
Are we encouraging the planting of local species?
Yeah, so through our tree policy,
Like
it
native.
is specific to more native species.
So that when
Yeah.
we're having them plant all these trees, that we're making sure that it's actually things that will grow really well in this part of.
Yeah, and then for the most part, that's the case. I know there are some trees that are like, especially with the roadside stuff, there are some kind of hybrids of native
That's right.
ones, and some of those are still permitted within the road allowance because they
Mhm.
are kind of meant to be robust trees that work really well.
That's
with
right.
growing there, but some of them are like crossbred ones with
Mhm.
natives.
I realize
Yeah.
that, but I mean, I'm
But yes, that
essentially
is, yeah.
trying to make sure that we're not giving, a full spectrum here to plant all kinds of exotic
Oh, no.
as well, because I mean, sometimes people take these things and, have their own way of interpreting them.
Yeah, like for anything that we planted into like within the road allowance or anything like that or on municipal properties, it would have to comply with the tree policy.
Mhm.
If this group if the potential group is to go and then expand it to private property, that's where it's a little bit tougher for us to have too much say in that.
But you can't- but-
But if we are working and supporting it, then that would be our criteria.
Yeah, so you
right?
would support
yeah.
trees that are native.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Is what
And
you
that-
would do,
and that
is
would
you
be-
give them a
exactly,
break on buying that
exactly,
tree that's
yeah. Mm-hmm.
native or whatever, or distribute them for free, right?
Well, if you go to Grand Bend, oak trees are prevalent down there because of the sand and the environment they grow in. But they don't grow on the heavier soil, so.
That's right.
You gotta have the trees that are compatible to the soil.
That's right, that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about, is
yeah.
making sure that's,
Yes.
That
no,
is
makes
understood.
sense, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, once we have something back, and if there are some groups or a group that we're able to work with, then that's definitely we'll have some sit down discussions with them, and that'll be some of the criteria.
because you wanna see people having success, and if you plant the
Absolutely,
wrong
absolutely,
type of tree in the
absolutely.
wrong soil, you know, they're not gonna do well and they're gonna,
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you wasted a lot of energy. That's
Absolutely.
that's sort of my point is let's try and do the right trees in the right
Mhm.
locations. And people sometimes need to be educated on this, you know?
Yeah,
And they don't really know what trees grow where,
true.
so.
Where Alex and his staff are dictating this too, is to help those people understand what
Mhm.
is.
I'm just saying, just let's try and make this really educational in the process as well.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
I think Pam has her hand
Go
up.
ahead, Pam.
Yes, my question was, for the groups that might express interest, does it have to be community volunteer groups, or can it be an industry-based group that might be interested?
So right now, the way we have it set, I guess within that, I think it's just reading what it says here in the AOI, right? So we're looking for community groups, nonprofit organizations, service clubs, environmental organizations. So right now, in terms of an industry looking to do it all, we that's not really in here, but I think at the end of the day, if someone was to reach out to me for clarification, I could find a bit more information about the intent and see if we could work with somebody on that. Or if we do get an expression of interest of that nature, we still consider it in some form.
I'm thinking of specifically of people like Sylvite in Hansel here who've been planting water gardens and that sort of thing. So they do have a community sort of outreach group, an environmental group. And I'm just wondering, I guess the best thing would be to have them contact you.
Yeah, I think that would be good. And I think if it is the case that it is like a subcommittee within an organization, it might be something we can see if that can fit within the criteria. I think for us, just when we developed this, we were just looking for we were kind of just looking to define what those groups could be. And I think that was just something we didn't really think of. If that's an option, we're definitely able to consider it. So
Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, I would support that. I think that's a great idea. Right now, the big thing is unfortunately, this is the way it is. Money is all in the private corporation and in the business area. And everybody else is really stretched thin. So if we can tap on that, I would really support that.
fair enough.
I agree that if this group wants to come forward, I think open your arms and welcome them. They wanna
Absolutely.
help out.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you, Pam. No, any other comments?
And just like I said at the beginning, just to help for outreach, we posted it in kind of our normal channels, but any committee members here, feel free to share it with any groups or anyone you're aware of as well. And even if it's duplicate, then at least we know people are getting it. Ideally, we want to hopefully get something back, right? We don't want to be back here in September and then say, well, we didn't get anything. And now we have to go back to the drawing board or something else, right? So the more outreach and sharing we can have with this, and hopefully we get some options back here for us, so.
Okay. Anything else, Alex, or
I think
Edward's
that's-
got a question for
I
you?
got a question
Yeah.
about how, so right now, there is no target for how many trees we're thinking of
Through this program, no,
Yeah.
I think we'd have to work with the group and see what they were able to do. And I think the other side of it too would be for funding, like we have funding for like within our policy, we planned 150 trees per year. So we'd be able to support with that. Anything outside of that would either have to be a request to council for more budget for planting additional trees, or ideally what we hopefully do with this is use this as a lot of grants will allow the municipality to apply on behalf of community groups and organizations looking to do projects like this. So what we can do kind of as a way to help is that we can get council direction to apply for these grants, and then it may just be the quantity of trees could be dependent on the available funding each year. And like I said, we could potentially have council commit to, and in addition to our 150, so much for this group. And if there's grant funding, then there's even more that they could potentially get, right? So I think that's kind of the general thought we've had discussing it on the staff side is that, we're gonna support with grant funding, potentially through the committee, we can make a request to council if a group does come forward, that we can maybe look for some additional increase to our tree budget every year to give some more allocation to that group. So that's kind of what we're thinking there. And if we want to, from that, establish a target, I think that's something we can definitely do and discuss. But I think it also would be good to have it a bit dynamic. So if there is more funding, then, we can definitely be open to exceeding that target every year too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just a question, would something like the Blue Water Shoreline Cottage Owners Association be a place that you would want to share this with?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because they've got their big meeting tomorrow at St. Peter's at
think-
10 o'clock.
Do we still have, I think there is a contact or general email for them. We could probably just send to them as for awareness if you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have it. Do you have the contact
I
information?
can look it up after the meeting and give it to you.
Okay, that would be super.
Yeah, if not, I
Okay.
do have one contact that we might better reach out to, so.
You know, I think at any time there are neighborhood meetings and I mean, at this time of year especially, I mean,
Yeah.
these people also know people, not just on the shoreline. I mean, a lot of these people also have places
Yeah.
like very close
Absolutely,
by.
yeah.
I mean, they have
Yeah.
a place in the city and I mean, then they, you know, they go home to Exeter and they come to the shoreline and you know, it's where,
Mhm.
where can you capture them? Like what meetings do they go to?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And
Yeah,
and this
any-
one broadcasts, I know that they will broadcast stuff out twice a year.
Okay, super.
And so this is
Yeah.
coming up.
Yeah, and I think they do
tomorrow.
some newsletters as well.
Unfortunately, I can't go to it. It's committed to something else.
Right.
Pam gotta see it.
Um,
Go ahead, Pam.
That was just my slow reflexes in putting my hand down. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, I just seen it up there, I thought maybe you had another comment, thank you anyway. Is there any more discussion on tree planting from anybody? Thanks, Alex and Becky for getting this put together for us again. Dave must be off today, is he?
Yeah,
That's all right.
it's PA for the kids, so.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
the grandson at home too. Still in bed. When he gets home, when I get home, he's got grass to cut,
Oh,
16.
oh, yeah, they're,
No, it's a different time too, sorry.
yeah.
Well, he had tug of war last night, so,
Oh, good.
yeah. I think he come in at 9 o'clock. Papa, I need to sleep in tomorrow, that's fine, so. One more thing, adjournment. Who would like to move for adjournment?
Thank you.
Herman, thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Well, thanks everybody for coming out. I know it's a short meeting, but staff's been working to get things moved ahead.
Well, that's a lot of work, this tree planting initiative, you know, that's. I think if really ever get that going.
Yeah.